Still technically are for 1 minute across New Orleans into St. Bernard and part of Jefferson Parish along the West Bank. Here's our radar loop going back 3 hours, and you can see that downpour starting right over the city and then just continuing and expanding. And it was pretty heavy there, as you know, if you were out and about in that general area earlier. We did have a couple of street flooding reports here and there, and also just really hard rain, so making it difficult even if you weren't seeing a lot of flooding, but just kind of hard to get out and about. And then that was about it. We have had a few other small parts of our area that have gotten showers and storms scattered about today. Very typical kind of setup for the summertime. And we did see some different rain gauges at our different cities or sites across the city register 2+ inches, and the Algiers site over 5 inches of rain. Satellite radar showing unsettled weather all across the southeast and into Texas and along the east coast. So we do have just the typical summer pattern of those scattered showers and storms. The other thing today is that the National Hurricane Center has just started highlighting, not for in the next several days, but toward the end of this upcoming work week, an area for potential development in the Gulf and maybe into Florida and even the Western Atlantic. This is going to be a broad low pressure area just skirting along the northern Gulf, and they give it a low chance of development at this point. Models are not going very aggressive on it, but this will be the general spot where we're watching for the low pressure when it gets out over warm water. Sometimes you can, of course, see this time of year some slow development in as far as tropical characteristics go. The main thing, though, I think, whether this is able to develop into a little something or not, is that this will be a lot of rain. It looks like this is Thursday, a big slug of this deep tropical moisture in the oranges here, moving into the northern Gulf and moving right over us Friday, Saturday, and then maybe easing a little bit at least by Sunday. So regardless of whether this tries to develop, we're going to have a few rainy days. It might not be the worst thing as long as you don't mind some of that rain, but we will also have those lower temperatures to go with that. So a few rainy days in the summer kind of gives you that somewhat cooler feel, of course. This, for example, is the Euro model, a big, broad, low pressure area here. We'll move through the end of the week. This is by Thursday. You can see, again, big, broad, low. This is not looking like an organized tropical system at this point. We're still several days out. We'll watch everything really closely, but again, at this point, the models are not aggressive with actually organizing it. Takes us into the weekend. Still a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, but you can see clearly no tropical, really tight rotating kind of system, at least with some models so far. This is our Euro rainfall forecast, though. The purples are indicating about 3+ inches of rain. So you can see that there will be rain out there associated with that moisture. So we may have to watch for some heavier downpours at the end of the week. We're talking mainly Thursday, Friday, into Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. Right now, though, we're watching for our temperatures in some spots still around 90. Very high humidity as well, so feeling hot and humid, no surprise. With some spots benefiting, though, from the rain, and our temperatures for those locations in the 80s. Still feeling like at the Kenner Airport, though, up to about 103. This evening we drop through the 80s. Lows tonight will be north and south in the 70s, and we have yet more typical weather ahead tomorrow. Our highs about 93 or so. Scattered downpours, about a 40% chance of that. This is our forecast through tonight. You're looking pretty good this evening. Just a few of those small spotty showers and storms wrapping up. We'll move through the day on your Sunday. This is by 10 a.m. We'll fast forward to 1 and 2 p.m. Lunchtime and early afternoon showers and storms starting up. This is by 5 p.m. and things looking quieter on towards sunset tomorrow. So just don't be surprised by those hit or miss showers and storms in the next couple of days. Still hot and humid, of course, with highs near 93 or 94. And then watch the end of this upcoming week as we'll keep you updated with that rain.
New Orleans native Christian Fulton begins year 6 in the NFL with